Another first alert into the Action 2 News newsroom within the last hour. One firefighter is hurt after a residential fire on Green Bay's east side. Crews were called to the 1100 block of Klaus Street just after 10 this morning for reports of a basement fire that later spread into the walls of the building. Fire officials say that everyone was able to evacuate safely. One person was treated by first responders on scene and released. The firefighter was taken to a local hospital. 4 people are displaced but are being helped by the Red Cross. The damage is estimated at $125,000 and the cause is under investigation.